3B should be pretty familiar. It's pretty much all about algebra. So just kind of reviewing some of the algebra concepts about function notation. So I kind of think this little machine is funny. It looks like a gas tank, but you're plugging x into the function does its thing and spits out the output. Um, Nothing really for you to worry too much about. The only thing on this whole page you just need to remember is f of x is the value of y for the given value of x. So y equals f of x. And the other thing you might want to write is this right here. This notation is the same thing as f of x. So this looks kind of weird when it's written like this. So just kind of, that's the same thing as just f of x. So for example, when you see all of this, you really can just write f of x equals 2x squared minus 3x. So for letter A, if we just want f of 5, you're just replacing each x with a 5. And I would always put it in parentheses. So then f of 5 is finding the y value when the x is 5. So to simplify the right side, the first thing we want to do is our exponents. So I'm going to bring down the 2. 5 squared is 25. So I'm only going to do exponents on that first step. Then I go to multiply. That's my second step. So just a review of algebra. 2 times 25 minus 3 times 5. So f of 5 equals 35. What this is telling me, for this particular function, when the x value is 5, it corresponds to a y value of 35. So that's why we never change this side, because this is saying what's the y value going to equal when the x value is this number. All right. So negatives are always the bane of our existence, right? In math. So when I want to find f of negative 4, be very careful. Replace each x with a negative 4. I would also notice each time I carry the left side down, f of negative 4. Don't just leave it blank. Just keep carrying it down the whole way. Once again, we're going to do our exponents first. So negative 4 squared is a positive 16. The next step I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply each of the values, carry down f of negative 4. 2 times 16 is 32. Be very careful here. You're really doing negative 3 times negative 4, so that's a positive 12. So that means that f of negative 4 in this case is 44. When the x value is negative 4, the y value is positive 44. All right, the last example is a little trickier, but you probably have seen this already. I'm going to carry down the f of x equation of 5 minus x minus negative x squared. Notice what letter A is asking. Letter A is saying, what if I plug a negative x in? That means negative x is taking the place of every x in the original problem. So bring down the 5, bring down the minus, replace this x here with the negative x from the other side, minus this x also becomes a negative x. The notation for the entire equation should remain the same. It's just every place the original place had an x, you now put in a negative x. Most people do okay with that, but simplifying your negative x's, people kind of struggle with. So let's walk through that. So just bring down the 5 because nothing changed there. What happens when you subtract a negative x? You're really just adding a positive x. Be careful here. I'm going to bring down the minus sign because this has an exponent. The first thing you need to do is the exponent. But what's negative x squared? That's a positive x squared. So what you have to be careful of, this minus here stays minus.
Please excuse
Just
the
bring down
interruption for
the
the
x squared.
midday announcements. Good morning, Trojans. Happy Thursday. Students, as
finish this
always,
out
please
quick.
check
Sorry
your school
for the
emails
announcements.
daily, be on time to class, and also be in dress code. It's that simple.
I'm going to do the
Good
same
luck to our
thing.
student athletes on their upcoming
Just
sport
replace
events
the
this week.
original x
Soccer
with
has
x
started,
plus
and
2.
we have practice at Expo Field from 3:15 to 5:30. So any
Each
boys
time I'm
interested
gonna
in
bring
playing
this
this
down.
season, you can sign up in the athletic office.
Here you have
Trojans,
to
we
be
need your
careful
help. The National
to
Honor Society
distribute
is hosting
the
a
negative.
Top Can bottle drive on Friday, April 8th from 9 to 1 p.m. So bring all your empty soda
Now,
cans
be
and
very
bottles to
careful with
athletic
this next
interest.
one.
All money
I
raised
need
will
to
go
distribute
towards our fellow children, Chris
this exponent.
Mankata, to help with his medical bill.
So remember,
Being Trojan
when you're
United,
squaring
we
x
can
plus
help
2,
make a Trojan strong. So
x
let's
plus 2
contribute.
times x plus 2.
Reminder, the applications for the Waterloo Youth City Council are due April
Distribute the
1st, so
x,
please see Lieutenant
then
Colonel
distribute the
Keith if
2.
you have any questions. Shout out time. The social studies teachers voted and the results are in. For March's Social Studies Citizen of
Then
the
we distribute the
Citizenship
negative through
of the
all
Month
of that.
Award goes to Malaysia Johnson, Mara Strader, Nation Oidoy, and Eric Yu. So congratulations, you guys.
And then we combine like
This
terms.
Thursday, let's trust the process. Hold the vision, drop the excuses. Remember your reason why. Swerve around obstacles and trust the process. What's for you is for you, and no one can stop that. So have a terrific Thursday. And as always,
minus
go
2 is
Trojan.
3 minus 4 is negative 1. All right, so hopefully, sorry for all the interruptions, but that's our final answer for letter B. All right, I'm going to erase this if you need to pause it for a second to make room for letter C. Going to do the same thing. So we bring down 5 minus, I'm replacing each x with x minus 1. But be careful, notice here, f of x minus 1 is all of this part, but then there's an extra little minus 5 at the end, so I have to put that minus 5 at the end over here as well. So I'm just going to save time here because the bell's going to ring. Bring down the 5, distribute the negative, minus, I need to square the binomial, then bring down minus 5 at the end, distribute the negative, and combine like terms. So here's my negative x squared. This 5 and the negative 5 cancels. This 1, the negative 1 cancels. So I'm really just left with negative x plus 2 is plus x. So let me bring down f of negative x, or f of x minus 1 minus 5 equals that.
Should I leave that sticky note up?